Hey guys, how you going? I'm Jake McCangus, and today we're going to be having a look at Kicad. So for those of you who don't know what Kicad is, it's basically just it's like Eagle, but it's free, it's open source, and it's very good. Particularly if you're looking to start off, and it's actually a little bit more in depth in the process of getting your board made and getting all the parts associated with what you want. And for that reason, it's very good. Also, it's free, which is one of the main reasons. Now, if you do decide to download this program, I do recommend downloading the older version, not the newest version, which is the 4.0. I'd recommend downloading the 3.0 version. Basically because when I was using the 4.0, it had a little bit more errors, like or bugs, and I couldn't make my board complete. I couldn't complete it, and so this is why I recommend using the 3.0. So to start off with, we're gonna have a look at the PCB or the schematic editor. This is very similar to Eagle. It has a couple more features. I don't believe Eagle has this, which is basically you can add in positive, negative, and ground. So plus 5 volts, minus 5. There's a whole bunch of them. It has pretty much all your normal, traces, your buses. This one has global labels, which I don't know if no, if Eagle has. I definitely didn't use it when I was using Eagle. And basically, what this does is like this VCC here label here and this one here, they connect when you make your finished board, and it just makes it a lot cleaner, so you can have it separate and you don't have to have everything bunched up together. You got your component placer here. You can select by browser. You can see they have quite a lot of things. Might not look at it from the first glimpse you get from it, but when you like have a look at how much they do have quite a lot in regards to parts. They got Intel, which is I have no idea what these are. They're probably like some kind of microcontroller from Intel. They have PIC, Texas Instruments, and they have a lot of things. It's really depending on what you need is whether you're gonna use that or not. Another really cool thing about the component selection, if you're just looking for a quick part like a 2-pin connector, and you go connector underscore or con underscore 2, it'll give you the connector. You can add your own libraries in. You can make your own components. It's very useful in regards to you can just download a library off the internet and then put it straight into this program and use it like it was already in there. And that's very useful. I'm not sure about Eagle, but in this I know it's very easy to do and it takes no time whatsoever. And when you're done making your schematic, you just press netlist, and then example project or whatever the project name is, and it gets you a netlist, and that can be used in the next process. The next process when you're making a board with Kicad is to associate the parts on the schematic with like models and actual footprints that you will use for the end design. And this is very cool in Kicad because they actually have you can look at the footprints. They have this one is a 3mm LED, a 5mm LED. Then you have 0603, and you actually have 3D views for these as well. So as you saw on the 5mm LED, they have obviously the 5mm model and the 3mm model for the 3mm LED. They have connectors. There's a lot of connectors in here, so I can't really find which one I have straight off the bat. But if you go in here, you can see, oh, that's actually for an IC package. Yeah, well, you got connectors here, um, and resistors, which would be pretty normal if you're doing any sort of project. They're not really in-depth models, but they are pretty good. Like depending on what you're doing, it's pretty good. You can just get a general overview of your project when you finish putting it together. The really cool thing about this process is that you have this list and you can change it to show the items that specifically, you know, like with the right footprint to what you put in your schematic, or you can have like the whole list if you need something special. And now another thing that's really cool with this program is that with microcontrollers, you don't need to do the microcontroller in the schematic. You can just put in an ATmega 328, and depending if you have the dual inline package or whatever it is for the whatever it is for the ATmega 328, which is the one on the Arduino, you have it here already, and you can have the 2QFP package as well. And basically, it just makes it a lot easier when you're designing it. So if you get to like if you make your board and you just want to have another component, you just want to change a component out, you can just do it in here, then make another board at the end, and it's a lot easier that way. And they have a lot of packages here. You can download more. Everything you can just add to from the download libraries. Kicad has their own libraries you can download from, and you can just download from any website that has suitable ones. Also, once you finish associating the parts with the footprints, you just go File, Save, and it saves it to the netlist, and that's pretty much all you need for that. Here's one of the nicer bit parts about KiCad is that you actually have a very big space to design your boards, a lot bigger than Eagle does. Like, well, unless you pay for it, you know. One of the drawbacks is you can only do 2 layers. I don't know if there's like a plugin where you can do multiple, like more than just 2 layers, or if it's just 2 layers at the moment. I'm pretty sure they will add more than 2 layers later. You got your wire routing, pretty standard. You can go V, so you do a via, which basically allows you to go from one side of the board to the other side of the board in a track, which is very good. Um, all your basic like layout stuff. A really nice feature about KiCad is they actually have a ruler. I can't do that on that layer, but they have a ruler where you can rule out how big your board is, and then that's good for telling the manufacturer how big you need to make your board, or how big they need to make your board. You can do rat's nests. There's pretty much anything you want you can do. Also, one thing I forgot to tell you is that when you do this, it's going to be blank, and you just go netlist, and then read current netlist, and they'll import all the parts you need and the tracks into there, and you just have to route it out yourself, which is pretty normal. Um, Other cool things, you have design rules. We can have your clearance, which is how much space there can be in between the tracks. You have your track width, which is how thick your width is. They have some calculators and stuff. I don't know if they still have that, but they used to have like design rule calculators. I don't know where, but they used to have it. And it was really handy for figuring out like what track width you need, yeah, and all that sort of stuff. Also, another really cool feature with KiCad, and this comes pre-built into the software, is that you have the 3D viewer like off the bat. You don't need to put a plugin in, which I know with Eagle you used to have to, and that was really frustrating. You got all your basic like silk screens, your solder masks, your drawings and your cuts. You can also export it to Gerber. I forgot how to, but I'll do that in a later video. So yeah, anyway, that's pretty much all KiCad has to offer. There are a lot of features and a lot of things to take in. I recommend going to the forums and having a read, going on the website, having a read, and even maybe supporting them out if you can. Just download it, spread the word. It's a very nice program, a little bit buggy, but really, it's like, considering that it's free, I wouldn't really be worried too much about the bugs. And really, I haven't come ugh, and really I haven't come across many bugs, just a couple with the newer versions, and this one is pretty good. It's a couple grammar errors, but other than that, it's a pretty solid program. If you guys like this video, like this video. If you disliked it, obviously dislike it. Tell me what you think about the comments and below. And yes, I know that's a rip-off of Linus Tech Tips. But anyways, until next time guys, have a good day.